welcome back to the video. And in today's video we have the first ever WWE WRESTLEPALOOZA. This is a former ECW show, but now 25 years later we have WWE's version, and this card has a lot of big names here, a lot of first time matches for a few people who returned this year, so yeah, a lot of stuff to look forward to, and yeah, should be a really fun card.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting show. This is going to be WWE's first live event on ESPN, their new app thing that they have going on. It is pretty expensive, so thankfully for us, it does come as part of like a cable subscription thing, so we don't have to pay for it, so that's really good for our end. But I know a lot of people are kind of not really wanting to pay that $30, but you know, there should be a good show. I'm literally loving the matches, and I'm excited to get into them.
Yeah, let's kick things off with a big one, and that is John Cena taking on Brock Lesnar, his first match back since returning since SummerSlam. Yeah, who do you got for this one?
Yeah, I would be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little bit excited for this match. Obviously, there's a history with Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Maybe not one of the longest histories or like most important ones of Cena's career by any means. But yeah, I am very interested in this match. How's it going to look? How is Brock going to be presented after this kind of Cena feud goes on? And will there be a second Brock Lesnar match is kind of what I'm interested in. But yeah, I think Brock Lesnar probably wins. I just kind of don't see Cena winning against Brock. But at the same time, you know, that'd be a good way to kind of make him Super Cena again if he were to get that win.
Yeah, this one is another one that's kind of hard to call who is going to win this one. Because like you said, Brock returning, he feels like, you know, he's going to be a big deal. Obviously, I don't think they're going to rush to put any gold on him anytime soon. But yeah, but this is also John Cena, one of his last matches. So it is kind of hard to decide who's going to win here. But I do think I will go John Cena. I feel like we're going to get like kind of an old school type of match. Brock will probably dominate the majority of this match, but in the end, Super Cena has to come out once more and take down Brock Lesnar again. But yeah, this match could be really good or I think pretty bad. I think it's going to be either one of the two. I think the chemistry they have had with each other has been great in the past, so hopefully it is good here tonight. But obviously, due to age, I can also see it being a little bit worse than what it once was.
Not for sure.
But then next up, let's stick on the SmackDown side, and we have the Undisputed WWE Championship on the line, where Cody Rhodes goes one-on-one with Drew McIntyre, who wants Cody's ass.
Yeah, very interesting tweet from Drew McIntyre with that. But yeah, this is a very interesting match. I think they could really kind of make headlines and do something very interesting by making Drew McIntyre win this match. That would be very, very cool and good for Drew, and a lot of people would love that. And Cody Rhodes could also win because he's Cody Rhodes. And then there's also the third option here that people may or may not be thinking of, and that is Randy Orton being a part of this match in some sort of way. He had the interactions with Drew McIntyre leading up to this match. So will he turn on Cody? Maybe he gets the match DQ. Cody gets mad. So who knows what's going to happen between this Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes thing that seems to be kind of starting here. But I'm very interested to see what does happen. But my pick will be Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, this match I think could be one of the dark horse matches for match of the night here. I think this could be really good. I have said in the past that I did want Drew McIntyre to get big opportunities and go for world championships, and I did want him to win. But right now it doesn't feel like the time for him to win it. It feels like Cody has a little more time with this, and also doesn't feel like Drew's been built enough to make me believe in him for this match. But like I said, I still think this will be very good. I do have Cody Rhodes winning here, but like I said, I am glad for Drew getting like this big opportunity on a pretty big show. Just like a little bit about the build between Cody and Drew hasn't been the most crazy, but still isn't bad by any means. But yeah, it could be a really good match.
Yeah, we're going to see them this coming Friday on SmackDown as well, so I'm sure we'll get a little bit more heading into this match.
And then next up, we have the return of one of the best WWE tag teams of all time, and that is Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker going 2-on-2 with the Usos. They finally reunited last week on Raw, and yeah, we finally get to see the Usos back in action. Who do you got for this one?
Yeah, I think the Vision is going to take down this match. They did a very interesting thing on Raw where Jimmy Uso called Jey Uso Roman Reigns again. And then also he didn't help Jey Uso once he got BFT from LA Knight, so maybe that'll cause some tension between them, so we could possibly be getting a Jey versus Jimmy Uso match at some point in the near future, and I do kind of think that the tension between them two will cause them to lose.
Yeah, this one I don't know how this night's going to go. I feel like we could see a lot of heel wins potentially, but I do think we'll see a few more babyface wins to counteract some of the other heel wins. But I will have the Usos win this one. I think this could be a pretty fun match. Obviously, it's the first time we've seen Jey Uso and Jimmy back together in quite some time, so hopefully that chemistry is still there, and I'm sure it will be. But yeah, I think this match could be another one to kind of like steal the show if everybody's on their A game, and yeah, it could be really fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Then next up, we have the vacant Women's World Championship finally back up for grabs, and we have Io Sky taking on Stephanie Vaquer for the third time now. Hopefully this time we get a full clean match, but who do you have winning?
Yeah, Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer is something that people have been wanting for a while. They've teased it twice now with the Roxanne Perez interferences costing them the match and whatnot. So yeah, this is a very dream match for a lot of people. This is two of the best wrestlers, not in the women's division, but in pro wrestling in general. So yeah, this is going to be very good. I just hope that we kind of actually get to the finish of the match. There have been a lot of things with Io and Asuka, and now Stephanie and Asuka, and it's kind of been a whole thing going on as far as all that goes. So I kind of hope that we just get a clean match and we actually get a good finish to it, and if something does happen, hopefully it happens after the bell rings.
Yeah, this one I think is my most favorite match on the night, just because of I know this match will deliver really good. Like you said, two of the best women in wrestling right now, and yeah, this one's really hard to pick. I do think we will see Io Sky win it here tonight. However, Stephanie, I would not be surprised if she does win it. But kind of what you said, I do think we will have somebody show up. We've seen her this past week when WWE announced that Riyadh will host the 2027 WrestleMania, and that is Liv Morgan. I think she seems closer to coming back. I feel like it was kind of weird to have her on that WrestleMania show. Obviously, she wasn't doing nothing, I'm guessing. So might as well have her there. She doesn't need to do anything active, so makes sense why she was there. But I do think she's a little bit close to coming back now. So I wouldn't be surprised if during this match, after this match, some point during this match, we see a returning Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I think I myself will go with a Stephanie Vaquer here. I just think the Asuka story is kind of impeding and needs to happen, and is a very interesting story, one of the better stories going on Raw, and I think that will ultimately cost Io the match. But I do like your Liv Morgan point. She did just right before we started recording, I don't even know if you know this, but she made a post on Instagram with like, it was her shooting at a target practice. Now obviously we don't know if she was shooting or not, or if this was just an image that she took, but assuming it was her that shot, if she's shooting a gun, her shoulder got to be at least in decent health at this point. So that's good news. So hopefully, we do see her soon, because that'd be very amazing for this women's division, because it's already stacked. So to get a Liv Morgan on top of all of that would be amazing. Yeah,
this match I have a lot of high expectations for, but I do hope, even though I have Liv Morgan showing up in this match, I hope we still get a clean finish between Io and Stephanie, because we had it for two times already. They both had something happen at the end of it, so I hope we get the full match. But also, like I said, could see them having Liv, and then we have to set up another fourth match between them at WrestleMania, because this is a WrestleMania level match. So yeah, really good match there. But now for what we will call our main event, we don't know what the order is. It is the return of AJ Lee, and she teams up with her husband Phil to take on Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Who do you have for this one?
Yeah, I am going with Team AJ and AJ's husband. Pretty cool chant from the crowd tonight on Raw with that. But yeah, this was, I think this is going to be a really just good match. I'm excited, and obviously the match is kind of carried by the first match of AJ Lee. But also the build has been really good. We've seen AJ Lee come out on top after an interaction, and now we see Becky Lynch come out on top after an interaction. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to unfold, but I do think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that Punk and AJ will probably win this one.
Yeah, I mean, it would be hard to have AJ Lee come back just to lose in the first match. It feels like that wouldn't be how they would do it, so I agree with you and in going with CM Punk and AJ Lee. But yeah, I think this match could be really good. Hopefully AJ and Becky get a lot of time during this match. I hope it's not dominated by Punk and Rollins, and then we get a little bit of AJ and Becky. I'm sure they will get a majority of the time, but yeah, I hope AJ Lee gets the time to shine, gets to live the moment that has been waiting for over 10 years now. So yeah, for the first time in 10 years, we see AJ Lee back in a ring. So hopefully they do it right and have a great match.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a definitely possibility of probably the heel side of this, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, probably doing some kind of intergender interaction where maybe we see Becky Lynch do a manhandle slam to a CM Punk, or maybe Seth Rollins does something to AJ Lee that kind of causes Punk to kind of fury up, or whatever you want to call it, make him angry during the match, and you know, kind of make him go all out and, you know, turn the match up to a different speed at that point. But yeah, I think there's a possibility for that to happen, and I think just in general it'll just be an exciting match. I think the crowd will just be absolutely eating a match like this up, and it'll be very good.
Yeah, yeah. This card looks very, very good. But yeah, that is our WrestlePalooza predictions. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.